I ain't. You could be a street league legend, a high school legend. I want to be an overall legend.
What's up, youngin? What's your favorite color? Almost didn't see you guys there. Chad, I appreciate y'all tuning in with me. Today we'll be covering Tyrell Mills as he get ready for the NFL Combine, NFL Draft. The phone's just really off the hook for this ball. Y'all give me a favorite check. Just stay tuned in. If you a young buck high schooler getting ready to take them jumps, take them leaps to that star role in your high school team or a freshman to college, listen to this. My man dropped real gems from his past experiences, you know what I'm saying? So just stay with it.
Yeah. Blue, you told him that when boys be catching touchdowns.
Yeah. All right, we about to take a little 10-minute walk. We about to take a walk. We in real Mem shoes right now, man. We in real Mem life.
We back to Augies right now. We about to go. I grew up on Haynes and Warren, so we about to go back there. Decision got me a bachelor's degree and a graduate study certification. I ain't. You could be a street league legend, a high school legend. I want to be an overall legend. So let me keep adding up these accolades, achieving these milestones and everything, and keep going forward. I want to go to college after this, and I want to go for free. So, you know what I mean? Let me listen to you. That go back to me saying, listen to your coaches and everything. Let me listen to you. You just might be right. We're here today. I'm getting ready for the NFL draft. I knew what was going on around me and everything, and I had friends that was in the streets. I just didn't play along with them. So, I mean, at some point, you know how that go. Like, some people get dropped off because they go do different things. And that's what developed my street smarts, you know what I mean? Same as, everybody that get that coming from these places. So, I mean, over time, I knew what was right from wrong. I'm glad I got to see the experience of the great downside of everything. So, I mean, I knew what was right to do. It always kept me hungry, bro. Like, when you go to college, you know how it was, like, playing at King. Like, we was that shit was like on the team, like from the team from the longest yard. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, you playing with boys that's just coming home and everybody don't nobody want to listen. So when you get to college, like now you in a space where everybody was just as hungry as you. And not to knock anybody, whatever I played with in high school, it's one of the greats that's behind this camera right now, recording. But you know what I mean? You get to college, now you around everybody that was just as hungry as you. So that's where the part when I was talking about being humble and hungry, like that'll humble you real quick when you in a room like that, right? Like you came to college and that coach recruited you just like how they did everybody else. Right. You was the best in your room. All right, they just grabbed somebody that was nice from freaking out Pittsburgh, somebody from out Texas, Florida, or whatever, and they just put them in the same room as you. All right, now you got to outwork that person, shit. And then the next year, now they grabbing somebody that's trying to beat you out your spot, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, and then also, like, just the environment. Like, I went to Villanova at PWI. Look at my skin, you know what I mean? Way different than, way different. It was something that I had to adapt to. Something that I had to adapt to was way different than the community that I grew up in, and I think it's a great culture shock. But that helped people, bro. Like diversity is the best. Like when you can be able to talk to different people and you don't get nervous around somebody else because they got a different tone of skin or talk a different language or whatever. Like that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like going to school at a PWI and. You know what I mean? People go to HBCUs and all that. That's great too. Like when you still want to be around your community, that's awesome too. So I ain't knocking people like that, but you know what I mean? Me going there just opened my eyes and it gave me a greater sense of what's going on around the whole world, like around the whole globe. Because I got to meet people of all ethnicities and races. So listen to your high school coaches. Listen to your high school coaches because their job, I believe, is to make you a great high school player at the time while they have you and then prepare you for the next level. So anything that they tell you, we're going to cross right here. Anything that they tell you, it's not to hurt you. Just listen, bro. Like why don't you just listen? You know what I mean? They not telling you anything to harm you. They want the best for you. So, I mean, you listen to them, bro, you'll be in good hands. And then also you gotta do your job and like do your part in this world, like on the field and off the field. Like you gotta go to school and do your stuff, bro. That's the main thing, like education. Like me and Zay was just talking about this off camera. Like just your responsibilities as a man or a female going to college. You wanna have your stuff right in high school because you don't wanna you dreaming to get to college and everything. Everybody know how that college stuff is, and you know acquiring money and everything. When you want to afford the difference between a full scholarship and nothing, you know what I mean, can come down to your grades. That A to a B to a C to a D, shit, and then it don't get no damn S. You might as well just stay at the crib. You know what I mean? So grades, listening to the help, the resource, and excel in your sport, man. Work on your craft and everything. Just try to get better every day at something that you're not that great at. And then the things you are good at, shit, keep those things sharp too. Used to run back here all day, like it's so these like little cribs or whatever, but we used to like run on the train tracks and everything, like sneak behind these bushes and everything, all the way up the hill. We're gonna get there, but reason why I really took up football, because I was a basketballer, if you really know me. I grew up playing basketball, so I mean the transition, and I like telling this story because shout out to Coach Jordan Alexander at MLK High School. We had a serious talk. One day, and he was like, "Yeah, I might say keep him on that side." And he was breaking down to me the scholarship difference between basketball and football. Stay up with me, and then obviously, you know the difference. On a football team, you got just about 100 dudes, right? Basketball team, you got like 10 guys, and not even, probably even 8, and only 5 of them playing. They ain't making no damn subs, right? I'm 5'10". Ben Simmons playing point guard at 6'7". You know what I mean? Nah, yeah, I grew up right back down this joint. Damn, dog, this shit, it don't look no different, dog. I was I'm down in the joint. Ain't no different. I was heavy bike dude. I used to love riding pedal bikes. I gotta get another one. But every single day, like I'm gonna tell you this fun fact. I did all this school, but I wasn't a fan of school. So I mean, while I was in school, I handled my business, but I ain't really like school. All day in school, I was thinking about going home to practice, playing the game, and riding my bike. And when I got home, I rode my bike with all my friends that grew around here. This was the hill, like so. I would run up, you remember the joint when you were a young boy and you put the bike on the side, you haul ass up the hill. Take that joint up the hill every time just to ride down the hill for 2 seconds real quick and get that like little rush. Like, yeah, I'm doing like a bean on this joint, like it's a dirt bike. Acting like them joints dirt bike, like they got gas to them. So that used to be my thing. Shit, that was my leg workout too. Like, that was cool to be in. Just play wall ball off this wall right here. Yeah, I stayed active, bro. Like I was always doing, but that's courtesy of my mom and the rest of my support system. Just keeping me in things and around everything that's not in these streets. So I used to live in this house straight ahead. It was in my grandma's house. Me, my mom, my uncle. You know how them cribs be 20 deep in that joint. I just seen a post. The other day. It was like, you ain't grow up black or whatever if you ain't sleep with your cousins. We was in that joint like 5 deep in one bit. But we was in this crib. I don't even think nobody in that joint. I don't know. This one, 5'5", nothing. You know what I mean? But I used to live in that joint. All my friends, we all lived in these cribs. It was like, like the cartoon, like a start off every day, like everybody run at the house same time. Meet up right here, and we just look down like, all right, cool, what we about to do? All right, cool. We had the milk carton. You see the fake. If you zoom in, we could go down there too. But it's painted a basketball like backboard now. But it was just nothing with a milk carton. With the milk carton, and that was our joint, man. That's probably where my shot was bred. My shot was bred a little bit too. Like, you know what I mean? You get your shots up on the milk carton, you get your shit like that. You know what I mean? But we used to play down there, and like we made a whole bunch of games like that. This the stuff that keep you hungry when you go back and look what the places that made you and you grew up in. That's what keep you hungry, bro. Yeah, when you mentally, it's more of less than like physical things, but like mentally, it could drain you when you see a lot of the stuff that go on like in these neighborhoods, killings or whatever, robberies. You see bodies around or whatever, and you just a kid though, just trying to play ball or whatever. You ain't thinking about nothing else. Playing ball, riding your bike, having fun, going to play some games, playing tag, man. Huh? So I mean, when you grow up and you like, you not understanding what none of that stuff is neither. You grow up and now you like, you in the real world now, and you like on your grind. You always look back and be like, I seen all that stuff. Like I'm made for all this already. You know what I mean? I came from that. When you be like, when like that, like that phrase is so like strong. Like I came from that. It turned you up. Like
Humble, like you've been saying. Humble.
It's the motto, bro. That's the motto. Never forget that. So I'm still people don't even know, like when you still like doing all this football stuff and all that and whatever, you could chase a dream. It's not a backup plan. It's never, I don't call it a backup plan. It's just part 2 plan A. That's some free insurance to have in your head, bro. I don't want to be a teacher, but I like to teach. You know what I mean? I like to educate and just share. Like, and a lot of, I think, outside of teaching things that's inside of books, when you share past experiences, that helps some people. You know what I mean? Like real life stuff that be going on. Sharing that can help somebody else, because, like I said before, somebody could be going through the same thing, or somebody could have now an added new perspective. That's something way different than what they grew up doing. Like, so it helps, bro. I used to have struggles with it too, like not having like my pop around or whatever. Like that hurts you. Like, and I'm not somebody that like show it like too much. You see me just like smiling all day and like, you know what I mean, like being like a nice dude or whatever. But like that stuff could eat you up if you don't talk to somebody about it too. Like, you know what I mean. I had resources like around the friends, and also like I went to Villanova. They had like a center you could go to, or like therapy and stuff. I did therapy or whatever. That's cool to say that you did that. You know what I mean? Some people don't want to say that. I went to therapy. I sat down and talked to people because it's cool to, one, like get it off your chest, and then two, just have somebody. You don't want to have somebody respond to that stuff all the time and like try to like give you advice, but just listen. Like having that listening ear could also help you. So, but it's very important, bro, because it could throw you off and make you crash out like some of these boys. You know what I mean? Because I don't hold a lot of stuff against people that be running around crazy, like, because it's something that got them to that point. You know what I mean? So everybody got something going on too, and you may not acknowledge it from facial expressions or emotions or whatever, and you may not notice it, but you know what I mean. It never hurt to ask somebody, "Are you okay?" You know what I mean, and check in every now and then. You know what I mean? So that's my thing on it.
It's the click, GC. It's the click. It's the click, GC. It's the click.